Hello and welcome to the InNews series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about oath ceremony of President Donald Trump, and this session is important for your GS2 perspective. So we already know that since November we are discussing about that President Donald Trump and his oath ceremony, what would be his new policies, and we had already discussed about the Doji and various schemes introduced by him. So in this session we are going to briefly discuss about that what would be the America's oath ceremony process, and also what we can expect from the President Donald Trump. So coming to the news part. So first of all, we are going to discuss the news, then we are going to discuss that why there is a gap between the elections and inauguration, which is the oath ceremony, because in India we can see that generally in 1 week we can see that Prime Minister is taking the oath, or any Chief Minister is taking the oath, President is taking the oath after the election. But in America we can see that it is more than a month. So why it is a gap? Then we are going to discuss about that what happens on the day of US President inauguration and what does the oath say. And then we are going to discuss about practice question for prelims. We'll also briefly discuss that what we can expect from the Trump's policy. So here we'll come to the news part. Before moving to the news part, Drishti IAS Noida address is C171/2 Block A Sector 15 Noida, and nearest metro station is Noida Sector 15. ISGS Foundation classes are available in both the medium, English medium and Hindi medium. So admissions are open. If you want to know more information about such classes, you can call on to the number 87501. Similarly, we have English medium classes in Karol Bagh branch of Delhi. So it will start by 28th of January and Prayagraj also 20th Feb. So coming to the news part. The news is that today by Indian time at 10:30 p.m. President Donald Trump will take oath as a 47th President of America. So this is the news which we are going to cover up in today's session, and there are many things to be discussed, that what would be the oath text, what would be the procedure, why there is a gap. So this news which we are going to cover up in today's session. So coming to the next one, which is about that why there is a gap between elections and inauguration. So before moving to this particular question, we need to know that who are attending. So it is expected that Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and the former Prime Minister of America is also going to attend, the Senate member. So, and also India's foreign minister, India's Ministry of External Affairs. So Minister of External Affairs is also going to attend this particular ceremony. So due to the bad weather, the particular thing has been, the ceremony has been shifted to the indoors because there is so much cold into the Washington DC. So he is going to take oath in the presence of 600 people because 20,000 tickets have been dispersed, but because of some situation it could not. So here this is the news. Now we come to the crucial question, that why there is a gap between the election and the inauguration ceremony. So it is more than 40 days. So why it is so? So why it is so? Because the Senate and the President, the former President, are given the time to wind up the policies introduced by him, and also there are different existing programs. So that should not be discontinued at midpoint. So that's why they have been given time to swiftly and gradually depart from their particular presidentship and their whole Senate. So this is the basic reason. Earlier there were different times and different date for the oath ceremony. We had this April also, and after that we can see that there was an oath ceremony held in March. But right now, after the amendment in US Constitution 1933, the date for the oath ceremony has been fixed of the 20th of January, and if 20th of January is Sunday, so it will be transferred on the 21st of January. So this is that the reason that on 20th January President Donald Trump is taking the oath. So this is the reason. So this is the basic thing, that why there is a gap, because the former Senate and former ministers and the presidents are given time to swiftly exit from their tenure. And in US, what we can see that on the day when you can see that the result has been announced, so that is the mindset and what we can say mandate of the voters. But the president is elected by the electoral college. So what is the electoral college? So electoral college, that electors from each state cast their votes in December representing the voters' choice, and Congress officially counts and certifies these votes in January. So that's why it takes time. So that's why we can see there is a gap. So this is the thing that in India also we have this electoral system in the what you can say election of the president, but prime minister is directly elected. So this is the difference between what we can see that so we have this prime ministerial governance, but in America we have the presidential governance. So this is the difference between America and India. So that's why we can see that there is no gap in India, because the prime minister is directly elected, and here we can see that there is an electoral college which casts their votes by analyzing the voters' sentiment. So that's why it takes time, and that's why we can see the gap. So this is the thing, and after during that period of time, we can see that president appoints his or her key ministers, and in this cases also we can see that so many people have been given the what you can say responsibility, including the Elon Musk also, including the introduction of Doji. So there are many things which has been done by the President Donald Trump during this particular year. So what we can see that after the voters mandate, the president can announce their policies related to the governance. So this is the thing. So now we'll come to the discussion of the what happens on the day of US president's inauguration. So there is a committee. So the committee is the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, and this particular committee looks after the everything. So it formed after every 4 years, and it also look after the security, secret services also there, so that there will be no harm and disruption during the oath ceremony. So this particular committee takes place, and apart from the oath ceremony, there are different cultural program associated with it, which is followed by the oath ceremony. There is a lunch also, and also there is a separate program for the farewell of the former president and also his Senate member. So that's why this is the day of the oath ceremony. So we can see the what you can say inauguration ceremony. So there are few other things. So this is related to the oath ceremony. You may have this confusion that why here we are discussing about the congressional, and in the previous slide also we had discussed about the Congress. So here you should not confuse Congress with the Indian National Congress. So Indian National Congress is party, a political party in India, but in generally Congress means union, and in Hindi it's Sangh. So the Congress is overall called as union. So now here we'll discuss about the oath, that what does the oath say. Apart from every kind of ceremony which takes place on the oath day, so all those are conventional in nature. So by traditionally we had adopted any cultural thing or any lunch program or any kind of the things, so we introduce. But only oath is mentioned in the US Constitution. So this is very much important. So the most important part of the inauguration ceremony is the president's oath taking, because this is the only event of the day that is mentioned in the US Constitution. And what is the text of the oath? So in India we have two things, oath and affirmation. Similarly, we have two things in the America also, swearing in and affirmation. So this is the same since 1884. So this is the text of the oath. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States and will to the best of my ability preserve and protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. And according to a report by BBC and various other news channels, the President Donald Trump will take the oath by use a Bible given to him by his mother in 1955. So generally we can see that this particular thing has been started by the George Washington, and after that every president has followed this particular thing. And here we can see that the particular Bible is called as Lincoln Bible. Because and what is the peculiarities of this Lincoln Bible? So it is a velvet bound volume used at Abraham Lincoln's inauguration in 1861. So this is the thing. And who administered the oath of the president in America? So it is the Chief Justice John Roberts of the America who is administering the oath of the President Donald Trump. In the comment section, you have to tell me that who administered the oath of the president in India. So this is the oath and whole procedure about the President Donald Trump and in general the American president. Now here comes the discussion that what we can expect from the America's President Donald Trump. So here there are many speculations about his policy, and we can see few of his announcement also. So the first thing is about the immigration, and it is expected that President Donald Trump will become and will go hard on the immigration policies, and he had already said in his various rallies during his election campaign that he will be very hard in terms of immigration policies, and he will check out all the borders of the America, and illegal immigrants will be deported from their deported into their respective countries. So this could be one of the thing and highlight, and we can expect that he'll be may little hard to the immigration policies, also to the energy and climate change kind of the thing. So there are rules and regulations related to the electric vehicles and other kinds of exhaustion emissions vehicle. So it is expected that President Donald Trump will roll back all those rules and regulation which favors the electric vehicles. So this is also one of the thing. And the second thing, that it is likely that he will come out from the Paris Agreement, which has been rejoined by the President Biden. So this is also one of the thing. The third thing is that President Donald Trump in his rally said that he will focus on the education, especially the school education, and where he will also take care of the transgender toilets, because President Biden administration had allowed that transgender community who associate whether themselves as a male and female, they can use their respective toilets, but might be President Donald Trump will have some other policies related to that. So these are the things, and also he can be a little different in terms of the technology, in terms of administration, in terms of abortion law also. So we can expect various other things and various other changes from the previous administration, but these are the highlights about that. And also he'll be going to be very tough in terms of the tariff policy, and he already had announced a 25% tariff on the Mexico and Canada, and you can already see that Mexico and Canada are the biggest trading partner of the US, so might be they had to suffer the loss in terms of that. So this we can expect from the Trump's administration. Now we'll come to the discussion of the question part. Consider the following statement regarding the US presidential inauguration. The Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremony is responsible for planning and hosting the US presidential inauguration. The United States Secret Service is the primary federal entity responsible for the inauguration's security. The last time the inauguration ceremony was moved indoors due to the extreme cold was during the Barack Obama's second inauguration. Which of the statement given above are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3, 1 only. So this is very easy one. You can answer into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask into the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.